Warner Brothers just revealed a surprise character for Kombat Pack 1 that nobody saw coming. And then, on top of that, Omni-Man's intro dialogue in Mortal Kombat 1 just confirmed a fan-favorite character for Kombat Pack 2. All that and more discussed in today's video, so if you love Mortal Kombat 1 news, then make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you stay up to date. And then after watching, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below. It really does help my channel out a ton. Another day means more Mortal Kombat 1 news, so without any further ado, let's get started after a quick word from today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Dave, the online bank that's leveling the playing field. Sometimes we all need a little financial help, and that's why I love Dave. If you're low on money, you can get extra cash in between paychecks. And unlike most banks, there's no interest, and for the cherry on top, Dave doesn't do credit checks or charge late fees. When you download Dave, you can instantly get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less, no credit check, no late fees. It's part of Dave's extra cash account. Advance the money you need with no interest and then settle up later. Being low on money can be really stressful, so the extra cash app helps a lot with that. In fact, millions of people have already downloaded the Dave app to make their finances easier. Since 2017, Dave has saved its members over $2.5 million by avoiding overdraft fees. So if you're interested in trying out Dave, then simply go to dave.com/true, and you could get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less when you download the app. No credit check and no late fees. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Eligibility criteria and instant transfer fees apply. Banking services provided by Evolve, member FDIC. Too many banks take advantage of their members with overdraft fees, late fees, and all that stuff, and Dave simply doesn't do that. So if you're in a pinch, get the help you need by downloading Dave today. Recently, NetherRealm gave us the first sneak peek at Omni-Man's gameplay. It was not a complete gameplay trailer, but a nice little snippet, and we even got to see Trimmer, which was a nice surprise. I did not think Trimmer would get revealed so soon. However, of course, Warner Bros. Did more than just show us a gameplay trailer. They also did several interviews, and a lot of news articles were published on famous websites. And those news articles are where this bombshell got dropped, along with an official press release from Warner Brothers themselves. As mentioned at the very start of this video, it turns out that one of the characters in Kombat Pack 1 was not who we thought it was going to be. We've been bamboozled, we've been surprised in a good way. Or at least that's how I feel, but first I want you to guess, alright? A quick little game. For the next 10 seconds, I want you to predict which of these Kombat Pack characters was a red herring. One of them is not going to actually be in the game. They're being replaced by someone else. And don't freak out, of course it's none of the fully playable characters. We've already seen their trailer, so they're confirmed. However, the cameo characters are a different story. Trimmer's been confirmed, we've already seen his gameplay. So it has to be one of the other 4 cameo characters. And you know what? Time's up. I'm just gonna let you know, once again, this news is official, it's not a leak. The character we're not going to get for Kombat Pack 1 is cameo Johnny Cage. And as mentioned earlier, I'm happy about this. I'm honestly not a big fan of the duplicate characters unless they play completely different. And when it comes to Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 1, I feel like he keeps a lot of his classic moves. He has the nut punch, the shadow kick, the rising elbow. The only attack he's missing is the fireball, and we don't need another striker, okay? We don't need any other cameo characters whose gimmick is throwing projectiles. We don't need that, okay? So once again, I'm happy personally that Johnny Cage is not going to be a cameo in Kombat Pack 1. That's just too many repeat characters. Instead, it turns out that we're getting Jeanette Cage. That's right, you saw her in story mode. And now it finally makes sense why this character got so much screen time. For Pete's sake, she even steps in front of Johnny Cage and says, "Nah, let me handle this, old man." And then we see her again later on fighting alongside Ninja Mime. So now I understand why. This character is actually important. She's going to be in the game as a cameo fighter. But now's the part of the video where I make things interactive. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you happy that we're getting Jeanette Cage, a brand new character, instead of Johnny Cage? Or does this news have you disappointed? You already know my personal opinion. I would much rather have anyone besides a duplicate, even if this character is a derivative of Johnny Cage. If we're being honest with ourselves, she's not a brand new character. She is still technically a version of Johnny Cage, but at least she's not literally Johnny Cage, you know what I mean? And as a result, she's likely to have some moves that surprise us. I have no doubt that some attacks will reference Johnny Cage, because she is a derivative of him, but at the same time, I would not be shocked if she gets brand new attacks that we've never seen before. If I'm being honest, I think my only gripe with this revelation is the fact that we're not getting Cassie Cage, and this character could have easily been Cassie Cage when you think about it, because come on, Cassie is Johnny Cage's daughter with a mix of Sonya, so she would have made the perfect cameo character. And then on top of that, Takeda's gonna be a fully playable character, so why not put put 2 combat kids in the DLC. I would have been completely happy with that. However, unfortunately, it looks like NetherRealm is trying to bury the combat kids, with the exception of Takeda because he was so requested in Mortal Kombat 11. Part of me sadly does think that NetherRealm is going to ditch the combat kids completely after Takeda's DLC, which is unfortunate because I do like the combat kids. I think they just needed a little bit more edge to fit cleanly in the Mortal Kombat lore, because I understand the next generation is going to be a bit more lighthearted and take things less seriously, but at the same time it's Mortal Kombat, so they gotta be a little bit serious. They gotta have a little bit of edge, kinda like the comics actually. The Mortal Kombat X comics gave the combat kids edge, and I'm not kidding. In those comics, Cassie and Jackie were competing in underground cage fights to the death. In those comics, Takeda watched his entire clan get slaughtered along with his father figure. He thought Scorpion was dead. Little bro didn't know that Scorpion can't be killed and always comes back from the dead. But I digress. I like the combat kids, and I would not mind if they come back. They just need a little bit more edge. But enough talking about that. It's time for topic number 2. Omni-Man's intro dialogues in Mortal Kombat 1 have confirmed a fan favorite character is coming to Kombat Pack 2. And you guessed it, they are a guest character. You guessed the guest character. Was that a clever English pun, or did it bomb completely? Let me know in the comment section. I did my best. About a couple weeks ago, Ed Boon posted this image on Twitter, and fans went rabid trying to guess which horror character would be added to Mortal Kombat 1. And since we already know which characters are coming to Kombat Pack 1, that means these horror characters are coming to Kombat Pack 2. Or at least one of them, right? Maybe 2, because Kombat Packs do have at least 2 guest characters traditionally. So once again, everybody was guessing, trying to figure out and prove which horror character was coming to Kombat Pack 2. Well, guess what? We have confirmation, thanks to Omni-Man. Because as it turns out, Omni-Man is already in the data files, at least when it comes to his intro dialogues. There's no actual voice to listen to, but we do have the text in the files. And it just so happens that in one of those intro dialogues, Omni-Man says this: "Forget movies, nothing beats a good book." And he doesn't say the word forget, he says something much naughtier, but you all know how YouTube works. I gotta play it safe here, okay? So forget movies, nothing beats a good book. Okay, which horror character constantly asks if you like movies? Particularly scary movies. Oh yeah, it looks very obvious that Ghostface has been confirmed for Kombat Pack 2. Now it's impossible to be 100% certain, but that certainly appears to be the case to me, because why else would Omni-Man say forget movies? To me, it seems very clear as day that Ghostface is asking Omni-Man if he likes scary movies, and this is Omni-Man's response. However, even so, we can't know for sure because nobody else's voice dialogues are found yet, only Omni-Man's. But guess what? The plot gets thicker because it turns out Omni-Man might be confirming more than one horror character in Kombat Pack 2. Look at this intro dialogue. It's gonna take more than a mask and a dagger to scare me. Once again, this could be Ghostface, but which other horror icon is in this image on screen? That's right, it's your boy Michael Myers. Could it be that Michael Myers and Ghostface are going to be in Kombat Pack 2? Let me know your thoughts down below, because once again, this could just be another line that confirms Ghostface, or it could confirm that Michael Myers and Ghostface are going to be in Mortal Kombat 1. So grab that keyboard and make your voices heard, place your bets, because there's one more crazy intro dialogue to discuss. In this third intro dialogue, Omni-Man says he doesn't want to play any games. Okay, stop. Which horror character is known for saying, "I want to play a game"? That's right, it's your boy Jigsaw, so it could be possible that somebody from the Saw series is going to be in Mortal Kombat 1. Or once again, I could be overthinking it, and this intro dialogue also just confirms Ghostface, but let me know how you feel in the comments. No matter what the case may be, I'm just excited that we're very likely going to get Ghostface. Thank you so much, Omni-Man, for giving us this information early. Myself and everybody in the MK community does appreciate it. Hype is always good for the game and the fan base. Also, real quick, final thoughts. I'm still curious how Farah is gonna play, because it doesn't say Farah Tor, it just says Farah. So does that mean it's gonna be little bitty Farah from Mortal Kombat X, but just without the Tor? Or does it mean big Farah, like her arcade ladder ending, you know? Or are we gonna get Farah Tor actually, but it's just worded wrong for some reason, and in reality, we're getting both characters as a single cameo fighter? I'm honestly not sure which one's gonna happen, and it keeps me up at night. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below. It really does help my channel out a ton. And then finish that combo by subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss any future videos. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.